Today is the 4th. This a day after my encounter with one of the biggest jackasses there ever been in charge of a family island in my life, Minus. And this is how you know good policemen. Any police that has been in charge of any family islands, or any police that in charge of any station or family island in the country, that look at the conduct of Minus chief of police for the entire Abaco, and they would say that Minus is in his duty to act like a total bully, pointing his fingers, repeating himself. He repeated the same thing, count them, about 20 times. The average. You don't have to keep repeating yourself, pointing your finger into an elected official. See, Minus is there to protect and to serve my constitutional right. And in my constitutional right, I have the rights to associate. I have that right. I have a freedom of speech. I have a freedom of movement. And Minus, chief of police, king of jackasses of police, is constitutionally bound to protect all those rights that he infringed on, pushing me, bumping me like a girl because he got a gun. He got all guns around him. There is no police, decent, respectable police that is in charge of as many men that Minus is in charge of would say that he was in his duty. He conducted himself respectfully. There is no police, especially the man who is serving under the pleasure of Clayton Fernandez. He has to be embarrassed that Minus is representing Clayton Fernandez in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas when the world has seen the video. Wayne Monroe, you like video? You know, he tried to take my camera, but I told him I was on live. That's the only reason I didn't get locked up. I didn't get punched. I didn't get slapped. Because the power. I keep reminding the idiot, you're on TV. The world is watching you, jackass. Keep doing it. But he didn't care because he got a screw loose. And I turned the knob. I turned him up. You can let somebody like Kai Mills cause you to lose your cool. This is the man that y'all got in charge of, people that went through a storm. What about the other people that didn't have the courage to put Minus on video? How could it be, Clayton Fernandez, that from 2020, March 2020, the police cars and the motorcyclists have not gotten any license? Doesn't have any disc on their vehicle. But the embarrassing thing about it, Mr. Fernandez, is that they are ticketing the motoring public for the same infraction that they're doing. We can't have double laws, double jeopardy. It's lawless just like the Haitians. The Haitian is building a house illegally. The chief of police is driving around with his squad mates without any license. And if you don't have no license, you don't have no insurance. They both have to marry each other. And there's nobody, even the prime minister of the country and the governor general, that doesn't have the proper disc visible on their vehicle, ought not be on the road, ought not be ticketed. So how did Minus become such a big black bully? How did minus become a law unto itself? That ain't the bad part, Clayton Fernando. Look at the tickets that miners give you. I gotta shoot you something on the tickets that miners those are giving out. Each ticket that miners those have there, each one of the officers have about 30 or 40 of them. And each ticket, Clayton Fernando, has the magistrate's stamp and signature on it. How could minus those be giving them out? I got one on Saturday past at the airport. How can a police at the Marsh Harbor Airport have a ticket with the magistrate's stamp and signature on it, giving it out to me on Saturday? How did minus got his policeman to give out tickets with the magistrate stamp on it yesterday without appearing in the court? And they are setting a court date as if they are the magistrate. Only the magistrate has that power to set the date and to give a ticket with a stamp and signature on it. It's the police and the magistrate. Are they the same entity? It's the magistrate working with the police. It's the police working with the magistrate. They have to be and appear to be separate entity. But minus those been doing it for over a year. They got hundreds of tickets. And anybody that goes in court and plead guilty to that, you put yourself in harm. A matter of fact, that is totally illegal. The police is not supposed to set a date on the street with a magistrate's stamp and signature on a traffic ticket. That's forgery. So everybody that gets one of them, ask the magistrate to have the police locked up for forging her signature and to giving out a stamp without her privilege. You can't have it both ways. They can't be judge and jury. How? I keep asking the police that you got a ticket that you're giving me right here with the magistrate stamp and signature on it on the street without appearing before the magistrate. Totally illegal. Totally conflict of interest. And these are the jackasses that we have in uniform. And the biggest of the jackasses, the blackest of the black jackasses, is minus. How could minus allow his police to corrupt the courts by giving illegal tickets that is stamped by the magistrate court before you even enter a plea before the magistrate? See, guys, smart than all of y'all. That's why they get upset, because I know a little bit more, and what I do is try to give information why everybody think I'm getting in the police business and the police should do this. I am educating the ones that choose to be educated about the corruption in Abaco. They didn't come to Abaco to protect and to serve us. They come to rob and to intimidate and disrespect our constitutional right. There's evidence from the man in charge of police, a real donkey, minus king of the police jackasses in Abaco. Clayton Fernando, do Abaco a favor. Do the police force a favor. And move this fella that don't have no integrity, that contaminating the courts and his police, allowing them to give illegal tickets to the motoring publics for not having a disc when his policemen, his motorcyclists have not one disc on their car since 2020. Kai cares. That's why I'm talking to Clayton Fernando. Maybe he will care to move the king of jackasses minus out of Abaco because Kai is tired of him. And so is the motoring public of Abaco. Kai Case.